Does anybody want cake? Raise your oh. Oh my God!
This is it, the apocalypse. Radioactive!
What's going on, everybody? So, first off, I'd like to start off by saying Merry Christmas to everybody. And if you don't do the whole Merry Christmas thing, then just F off, because I don't care about this whole, oh, it's offensive if you say Merry Christmas, blah, 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 blah. Dude, fuck off. It's Christmas, so enjoy it. Anyway, besides that, I hope you guys actually enjoyed watching me slap the cake in my wife's face, because I thought that was freaking hilarious. And I had to say that, and she's like, you can't post that up, you know, whatever. You know, because granted, there are some things that I will keep private. Like, I do film stuff that I don't share on YouTube. However, that portion of it, oh, that had to go on. So, I'm taking a really tight turn here. Anyway, so, a couple things I'll touch base on is, one, the other day, we're in this car, and we saw this.
Mustang versus Mustang. This is interesting.
And they almost lost their ass end, which is pretty funny. So here's the clip.
What's
Oh, he just split his ass out. And then I made a total fail because it got alongside of me and he kind of wanted to go. So I'm like, okay, I'll step on it a little bit. You know, whatever. Just play around a bit. Well, he literally went past me as if I was standing still. Like, that thing was fast. And I'm like, okay, so sports mode. And I look, and this Mustang was already in sports mode. So at that moment, I was just like, shit. This thing really didn't do what I thought it would at least do. As far as power goes with, you know, the Mustang and the Camaro, I'll say this. The Mustang has a quicker launch than the Camaro did. However, that's kind of it. Like, the Camaro accelerates, it freaking flies. This just kind of died. I don't know if maybe it's because I had the traction control on, so it just kind of cut power, but I don't know, I just found it very strange. So, yeah. And check out this Mustang. So, I'm driving behind it, I pull up behind it, it's a green one, it's cool, it's got loopers, it looks totally, like, awesome. Looks like somebody actually worked on it, and it looks pretty cool, and it has an exhaust and everything. And I cut into the other lane, so I could just be nosy and see who it was, and, you know, capture it on my external camera. And no crap, it was like a 40-year-old lady, and I'm like, whoa, didn't see that coming. I always find it, like, crazy as hell when you find, like, an old person in a car like this. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Like, it's just me being, like, you know, young and dumb, I guess. Because, like, there's times where I've driven the Camaro and I pull up on other Camaros and it's like an 80-year-old lady behind the wheel and I'm just like, what the fuck? But it happens. I mean, honestly, when I'm old as hell, I'm still going to be driving these kind of cars. You know, I'm going to have muscle until the day I die, and I'll still have muscle. Like, that's just that. Now, on that topic, kind of, so Gregory Salvatore and the 570 Experience have actually accepted the challenge where I said to, you know, say something, you know, about, like, if you had to go into a car you didn't like. And Greg made a valid point, which he is not wrong for saying whatsoever. He's actually got a truthful point. Yes, I did ultimately have more options than just buying the Mustang. Because, you know, rewind. I don't have any issue with the Mustang. I don't hate the Mustangs. I don't hate Challengers. I like them all. Okay, which is exactly why we're doing a new logo, which I'll show you in a second. So the only thing is, like, to have the Mustang as a secondary is what I like, because the Camaro is my main, it's my favorite, it's my top. That's the one I really want. However, I wanted a new car, and you know, I wanted to have that first time experience where I know everything with it. I don't have to worry about anything, like no headaches, no bullshit, just, you know, brand new car, a nice fresh little start. So that's why I wanted to stay new. That's why I settled for the most part and took the Mustang. However, Camaro will be returning potentially sooner than I even think. I'm working on stuff, so we'll see. But back to the logo. So I talked with Lethal Visions Vinyls, and I said, like, here's my big dilemma. I got AKcamaro2017, and I drive a Mustang now. So he sat back, did some cool stuff with however he does stuff, because I don't know the details behind it. Well, anyway, he sent me a picture, and I was totally blown away when I saw it, because this is what's going to be on my back window now, and on the you know, the side fenders of the Mustang now, and every car to come. Now, it has the AK Camaro 2017, and it says for all car enthusiasts, meaning, you know, it's not just about the Camaro. And he included the logos, you know, the bow tie, the Ram, and the Mustang. So it was a very cool design, and I'm very happy and I'm very excited to get that put on the car. Okay, so now that I've made my stop I had to make, I also want to touch base on another topic of things that I actually do like about the Mustang. So I am going to make a more in-depth video, but obviously, like, you know, I'm freezing my butt off, and I work quite a bit now, so I don't have the content to really do a voiceover and show you everything. But there are things that I do like about the Mustang. One thing being, the Camaro had the keyless entry just like this does. However, the Camaro had a button you push. It was a little silver button on the handle. The Mustang actually has three little, like, lines, and it's like a touchscreen. So when you touch that, it actually it's like a touchscreen and locks the car. Then once you go to open the car, like if you want it unlocked, if you put your hand behind the door handle, it's like a touch sensor back there, and that unlocks the car before you pull the handle, which is pretty cool. Because, like, on the Camaro, you had to press the button and you couldn't really figure out whether it was locked or unlocked. So with the Mustang, it's very, very simple. So touching the door handle on the outside locks it. Touching it on the inside unlocks it. Very not complicated whatsoever. Now, next thing that I like about it is okay, so the next thing I like about the Mustang is actually not even the car itself, but it's the community. All right, so when I had the fire, everything happened, you know, and I bought the Mustang. I was like, okay, so I need to get on a Facebook group that's going to be for Mustangs. And I posted up a picture where I had the Mustang sitting behind the Camaro and the Corvette. If I have the picture, I'll display it now, but I'm not sure if I still have it. And I posted it up on this Mustang group, which I ended up having 228 hits on. Where, you know, people were telling me, like, you know, how even though they're not Chevy guys, you know, they still would never wish that on anybody. It's not even something funny to joke around about. like, they actually gave me sympathy for the fact of, you know, they realized how much I lost. Now, I don't need any jokes on this topic where you're like, oh, well, that's because Ford guys don't know how to, or could never pay for a car that expensive, so of course they'd feel bad, like, blah, blah, blah. Any of that, I don't need that right now, okay? I'm just being honest and truthful, and, you know, mature about the situation, as Mustang owners aren't as harsh as Camaro owners. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but it seems like the Mustang, you know, group or whatever, the Mustang community, is actually a little bit more laid back. You know, you don't see anybody throwing around disses on like, oh, I have a Shelby, or oh, I have a GT, or oh, you got a V6. Like, so far I haven't really seen any of that. You know, with the Camaros, people that had V8s were always like, oh, fuck your, you know, 6-cylinder, like, you know, whatever. Now, people that have V8s that are supercharged, or like a ZL1 or anything, like, people that got like actual like modded V8s are actually really cool and down to earth. They, you know, they don't care. But these people that buy the V8s, it's like they gotta compensate for something, and they just like to bust balls on the people that have the V6s. And honestly, there's no reason for any of that. I just think it's ridiculous. And the Mustang community seems to be a lot more, you know, forgiving on which version you have, or less harsh rather. And then as far as, you know, the whole fire situation, you know, not a single Mustang owner has busted my balls over what's happened. Like, nobody said like, oh, the Chevys blew up, or blah 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 blah, as people would say the Mustangs in the crowd. But people have already told me like, oh, now you drive a fucking Mustang, blah 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 blah. Like, calm down, Chevy people. It's not a big deal. Like, honestly, I don't know why people really hate as much as they do on the Mustang, because, to be honest, like, you know, like I said, I don't dislike the car. I just want my Camaro back. If I had a Mustang as a secondary car, that would be awesome, and I would love it. I do love it. You know, but I don't see why people are always dissing on, you know, saying that the Mustang sucks. Because, truth be told, and just honesty, it doesn't. It's a nice car. It's a nice ride. You know, my visual out the hood is nice. My, you know, well, not out the hood, but out the windshield is nice off the hood. You know, the interior is not bad. It's a little bit dated, but it's not a bad interior. Like, the car is actually very nice. Now, as far as performance goes, you know, yes, I would definitely choose, like, if I had to race someone, you know, like, let's say if I had to race somebody tomorrow at, like, a drag strip or a track, anything, whatever it may be, yes, I would want a Camaro, you know, for numerous reasons. The handling is a lot better in the Camaro. The Camaros are a wider body, so they actually give it a lot more, you know, less flippy, whatever you want to call it. Like, they're more stable, they're more held down, they're lower, they're wider. That's what you need for a car to have good handling. You know, plus they got some more modern technology in them that the Mustangs, they just don't have. However, you know, like I'm more or less saying, you know, I do like the Mustang. There's a cool little badge up front on the dash, which I'll have to show one day, that says Mustang since 1964, and I think it's totally cool how they have that incorporated. It's kind of like how the Camaros had the 50 on the steering wheel. You know, it's just that cool little feature that brings back the age of it. You know, it's kind of like retro in a way, so it's pretty cool. Now, gas mileage, I think this has a smaller tank because I definitely don't spend as much money as I do on this than I did the Camaro, and I run out of gas quicker in this too, so smaller tanks definitely there, which sucks, but at the same time, when I gotta fill it up and drive it to work for the week, it's not as bad. So our next step is definitely going to be some mods. We're going to mod the shit out of this. We're doing a wing, we're doing something in the front, you know, I'm going to do something to the engine. You know, we're going to work on it. You know, right now I got all the cameras on except for the two that I got to do, so anyway guys, it's starting to get dark out. I don't know how well you can see me at this point. I'm sure visibility is getting kind of shitty, so you know, thank you guys for watching and all the support with everything. Hope you guys were happy to see that we got the German lowrider bike out of the wreckage, and we're going to work on rebuilding that. Yeah, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. You know, be safe. There's been a lot of stuff going on bad, you know, and we just got to hope that 2018 is going to be a better year, you know, and just look to the future for it. So, catch y'all next time, guys. Peace.
Because I live this way, hate me for the things I say inside.